Alright, what's going on guys, it's Liam here, and in today's video, I want to talk about why I cancelled my Wizard101 membership. Now, I made a tweet about this, and I briefly mentioned it in my Discord video, I believe. So, I wanted to make a whole video about this to kind of explain why, I guess, and, you know, if somebody from King's Hall is watching, there might be other people that might feel the same way I do. So, I'm going to try to not be, obviously, as negative in this video, but the first thing I want to say as to why I, want to cancel my membership and why I did cancel my membership is simply because there isn't enough consistent content throughout the year to warrant, like, paying monthly or, like, a full 12 months, right? So, for example, I always buy a membership, like, by the month, or maybe, like, the 3-month one. I've never ever thought it was smart to buy a whole year membership, especially in the case of Wiz, because there's just not enough updates, I feel like, that go out into the game to warrant, paying that much, right? So even month to month, which is what I have been paying, right, I still just don't feel like it's worth it, right? After I've quested every character in Wallaroo and got the gear, I simply have no reason to continue paying, right? Maybe until the Nightmare Dungeon comes out, which should be pretty soon here, probably within the next week, I would imagine, I guess. But even after that, like, after that's done, right, and you get your gear on all the classes you have, like, what are you paying for? Like, what, a member benefit? Okay, you could get like an elixir, like a double pet XP, double gardening, right? Or a crafting benefit, right? You can get things that way, free to play. Via like PvP battle pass, which is also free to play, right? So, that's cool, that's in the game and stuff, but yeah, I just really thought about it, right? And it's just like, there's not really much that I'm paying for, Like, I'm just paying for membership out of habit, right? Which I just think is not smart ever, obviously financially. But yeah, so I was like, you know what? And I'm just done, because I've been very unhappy about PvP. The entire PvP community has been very unhappy the past like 5 or 6 months since the last update we got. So I just feel like if I'm paying monthly and not getting new content, and PvP is not getting updated, and the member benefits I can get free to play via, like, potions I have saved up, or like triple animus, right? There's just not a reason for me to have a membership, right? Especially when I have 7 maxes and they're all maxed out with all the gear, right? Now, I know my case might be very unique. Most players aren't going to have every character max level and have their gear and have all the meta pets and everything. I completely understand that, right? And this might just be a me problem, I guess, at the end of the day, right, guys? But I still want to make a video like this because there might be some players out there that have, I don't know, 2 or 3 schools. They max out those 2 or 3 schools, they get their gear done, and they're like, okay, I'm going to cancel my membership because there's literally, I'm not getting anything for paying. So I feel like I cannot be the only one to feel this way. I think my case is extreme because obviously 7 maxes, right? So that's the thing. Now, I want to talk about what Wiz could do, I guess, to maybe make membership more desirable. I think you can maybe have something else in there aside from member benefits. I guess you have, like, what, the loyalty store, which is probably one of the better parts about it, now that I think about it. But I just still feel like that's not enough, bro. Like, I'm paying a subscription to get, like, what, monthly tokens to maybe buy a cosmetic. Like, that's just, like, I don't know. I still don't think that's enough, I think most people would want to pay a subscription for actual new content. Now, I'm not trying to, talk down on the devs in this video or anything like that, because I understand Wiz is very unique. I think it's like an indie company and stuff like that. Their dev team is extremely small compared to most other, games nowadays. So, Wiz is very unique in that aspect, and I recognize that. So I don't want to be too hard on the devs in this video, obviously, right? So I don't know, man. I just wish there could be more updates though, or even in the case of PvP, man, like I said, bro, like 6 months since the last actual balancing change, and when I say a balancing change, I'm saying like actual card nerfs, like putrefaction nerf, a berry surprise audit, goat monk audits, what else is there? I guess, I don't know, stuff like that, right? The actual balancing changes to disruptive cards in the meta. That's what I'm saying when I say, like, a PvP balancing update. Okay, guys? Not freaking randomly making shads 1 to 2 and then, like, giving life a slap on the wrist with, like, the Wallaroo update, you know? That's not really what I consider an update, generally. So, yeah. I'd like to see more PvP updates. I know they, you know, might want to slow them down. And I've heard some people be like, oh, PvP gets updated too much, but I feel like 6 months is a long time, right? And especially if you're paying a monthly, you know, subscription, man. Like, I'm expecting like a PvP update every month if I'm paying a subscription for that, right? So, I don't know, man. I just think it's kind of silly for people to be like, oh, it's updated too much. I might agree the gear and the pet meta changes a lot. I can agree with that. And I'm obviously very fortunate to have like obviously every year sets for every, you know, school, all the pets, yada yada. So I recognize I'm very fortunate. So for me, it's easy to make your setups because I already have everything, right? But I think the actual card balancing changes, that needs to be frequently updated like every season, you know? And that's another reason I could talk about is there's no incentives to PvP. The leaderboards are inflated with boosters and sniping still. The battle pass is just recycled every season. Every season feels the same because there's no update to actually make a season unique in the game anymore in PvP. And I haven't even talked about like Beast Moon, bro. That shit's free to play as well, right? You don't have to pay a membership for that, bro. So I don't know, man. I feel like they need to make better incentives to make you want to be a paying member. Because like right now, bro, like I said, I was just literally thinking about it. I'm like, dude, there's literally no reason. Like, what, member benefits? I literally have the potions. I don't need that, you know? So, at this point, I feel like the best case scenario is the backpack space I get from the membership. Which, that's insane, bro. I'm paying like 10 bucks a month just for 50 backpack space, bro. I could just buy backpack space for 5 bucks and have that permanently, you know? I don't know, bro. So, yeah, I really think in general there could be more content updates, which I know is hard because their dev team is really small. More balancing updates. Again, like I'm talking about disruptive meta cards that need to be changed, like Vampire, Banshee, Stone Colossus. What else is there in the meta? Like Mana Burn, Hydra, Brace, maybe. I don't know. You could go on and on, right? So I don't like shift on a myth, snowdrift on an ice, right? Little things like that, I guess. Like balancing changes, that's what we need in PvP. So I'd really like to see the devs do that. I'm not sure if it's hard to just mark a card no PvP or change something like make Vampire like 60 to 45 on the weakness. I have no idea how difficult it is, like just simply change the value on something or audit a card entirely. I don't really know. I don't code, I don't design, I don't work at KingsIsle, but I imagine it cannot be that hard to change like 2 or 3 cards that are disrupting the meta per season. I genuinely feel like it cannot be that difficult, you know? But, you know, I could be wrong. If somebody does the stuff, you know, or has done, you know, any design work or coding in the past, or a developer, you guys should let me know if it's hard to just literally change how a card works and the text on the card. You guys let me know in the comments. But yeah, like I said, I would like to see more content updates for both PvP and PvE, balancing changes as well. I'd like to see more incentives to actually have a membership, because right now, again, it doesn't really feel good to have a membership, especially if you have everything done with like the Wallaroo, you know, expansion, stuff like that. So as of right now, I'm just done paying membership, unfortunately. Maybe, you know, when the Nightmare comes out, if I need a membership for that, which I imagine I will probably have to get it back then to obviously get that gear for PvP and stuff like that. But you best believe as soon as that's done, I'm getting rid of that again, because there's just no reason to keep it, right? I'll get the membership when there's new content to actually update the gear, and then when there's no new content, I'm not going to keep paying for a membership, you know? And I don't know, I might be absolutely out of pocket in this video, I might just sound crazy, but I generally feel like there are probably some players out there that do feel the same way as I do. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see what you guys have to say down there in the comments below. But I think that's pretty much everything I want to say for this video, guys. I think I explained myself pretty well. Like I said, just to summarize, I'd like to see more PvE updates. I'd like to see more PvP balancing changes. I'd like to see more incentives to actually get a membership. So I don't know, for example, like, what if I have a membership and I play Beast Moon and I get like double the rewards if compared to a free-to-play player? I don't know, just throwing an idea out there, you know, just little things like that that stack up, I think would be very good for Wiz's membership model. And I didn't even talk about Wiz going fully free-to-play, because that's like a whole different video commentary I need to make on the channel. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like and a sub if you agreed or disagreed. It's up to you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, y'all.